Walker, Seattle, Washington. This is your number before you go. Let's get into it. You guys are going to be at the Climate Pledge Arena on Wednesday, July 1st. Capacity of this venue, 18,300 attendees. Box office is going to open at 4:30. Gates will open at 6:30, and the show is at 7:30. She does have Odile as an opener. He comes out about that 8:15, 8:30 mark. Summer had been coming out between like that 9:15, 9:30 mark, but in Las Vegas, she was a little late. We're going to see what she's going to do in Oakland. So somewhere between that 9 and 10 o'clock mark, hopefully. Those who have VIP packages, be on the lookout for an email from VIP Nation. It includes all of your time points and where you are to go. Okay. It is going to tell you in the email to bring the ID of the person who purchased the package on their credit card. So if you purchase your own, then of course you bring your own ID. But if somebody else purchased it on their credit card and they're not coming to the show, bring a photocopy of their ID to VIP check-in. It is basically just to verify that the package does belong to you. If you do not receive this email, I would say no later than Tuesday, maybe morning, I would reach out to VIP Nation. You can email them at info@vipnation.com. Let them know that you did not receive your email and that you do have a VIP package, and that is what your concern is. Bags. You have two choices. One bag that can be clear, no larger than 14 by 14 by 6. Okay, so your clear bag, no bigger than 14 by 14 by 6, or you can do one small clutch, purse, or wallet that's no bigger than 4 by 6 by 1.5. 4 by 6 by 1.5 is very tiny. Okay, it is about that big, small. It's like a 4 by 6 photo. That can be colored, does not have to be clear. Those are your two choices. You can always substitute a gallon size clear Ziploc bag for the clear 14 by 14 by 6 bag too. That's an option. But the only exceptions to these two bags are going to be for those with medical needs or that have children that may have to bring a diaper bag. Those are your only exceptions. For those who have that situation, you can bring your bag, but you must go through x-ray screening at designated bag lines located at primary entries only. Okay, so you're going to be limited to the entry points that you can use. They do mention chains of any kind, including wallet chains, spiked jewelry, spiked apparel items, regardless of whether it is part of your outfit or on your person, is not allowed. I don't know how much they're going to enforce this, but I did want to bring it to your attention because I've been seeing some of the fits, and some of the fits have items and whatnot on them. So just in case, just making you aware. Moving on to cameras. Small, non-professional cameras with no external flash or detachable lenses will be allowed. That is the camera on your phone. That's a point and shoot. That's a disposable or Polaroid camera. Okay. What is not allowed? Video recording devices, audio recording devices, GoPro cameras, action cameras, cameras with a gimbal, monopods, tripods, selfie sticks, and cameras with telephoto or interchangeable lenses. None of that's allowed inside. So I would keep it simple because this place does not have lockers. No lockers. With no lockers, you don't have anywhere to put anything. So if you bring something that's not allowed inside, you're either going to have to truck it back to your vehicle if you drove, or you're going to have to throw it away. Because a lot of these venues are not allowing you to stash your stuff on their premises. They'll find it and throw it in the trash can. So be careful about what you do bring. I would probably stray away from your DJI Osmos, your vlogging cameras, your smart glasses, because they've already touched on recording equipment, and we know technically that's what that is. No lockers, no place to store them, so I'll be careful. If you have questions about point and shoots, I use the examples of the Kodak PixPro and the Canon GX7. They're your typical point and shoots that are typically allowed in venues. I use it as a reference point just in case you're questioning the point and shoot that you have. But if you have any other questions regarding point and shoots and what is acceptable and what is not, drop it in the comments. I do try to get back to you. Moving on. If you have tickets at the box office or you plan on purchasing alcohol that evening, your ID, you're going to need that for either one of those transactions. So don't forget it. Mace or pepper spray on your keychain, take that off. It's not going to be allowed inside. Portable fans, portable chargers, both are okay, as well as umbrellas. I don't think you're going to need them, but if so, they're allowed as well. Bring them small. Don't bring nothing big if you have to bring one. Generally, the idea is for them to fit underneath your seats. Okay, so they'll have to be small and compact. Posters, no bigger than 24 by 36 inches. Okay, handheld. Don't attach it to anything. No poles, no sticks, no vulgarities, no obscenities, and just don't be blocking anybody's view. The venue is completely cashless. So if you want to buy anything, food, merch, alcohol, drinks, remember to bring your physical cards to be able to do tap to pay. They are going to have reverse ATMs in the venue. So those are those machines that allow you to take your cash and turn them into a debit card. If you need that, that will be in the venue as well if you forget your cards. Climate Pledge Arena is a smoke-free venue. Smoking is not permitted in the arena at any time. Additionally, electronic smoking devices are not permitted to be used on the premises. There's no mention of designated smoking areas, so keep that in mind because they do have a no re-entry policy. If you go outside of those gates slash doors, the show is still going on, you want to come back inside, you're going to need a brand new ticket. Outside food, none. No outside food is going to be allowed in. They do say that reusable, non-glass water bottles are permitted. They must be no larger than 32 ounces and empty upon entry. Nothing in it. Empty. The goal is for you to refill them inside of the water fountains. Okay. They do mention that for certain events, those water bottles may not be allowed on the floor. And I think we know why. So if you want to bring an empty 32-ounce bottle, you can. Do not bring any Yetis. Don't bring none of those metal cups. Just your typical plastic water bottle like this here. Okay. But 32 ounces is your max. Wheelchairs. You can request a wheelchair transport from the entry door to the arena to your seating location. They mentioned that a guest service accessibility assistant will escort you to your seat and then prearrange a pickup time to pick you back up once the show is over. This service is available on a first come, first served basis and can be requested at any of the entry doors from a team member. They want you to know that the arena wheelchairs cannot be left with you during the event. They are not able to take you to the merchandise stops, the restrooms, or concessions. If you need to sit in the wheelchair during the event, then they want you to bring your own wheelchair. Parking can be purchased on the Seattle Kraken app or on Parkwiz. I will show you Parkwiz first. If you go to Parkwiz, you can do it on their app or on their website. In the search box, you want to type in Summer Walker. And from there, you'll see her show pop up at the Climate Pledge Arena. You'll select it. It'll then pop out what options that are available. All of these are going to give you your distance from the actual lot or garage to the venue. The first one you can see, this says 425 feet away. So if I select that one, go inside of the reservation, it gives you more details. If you scroll up under amenities, like this is your amenity section in the middle. This typically tells you if ADA parking is available, which it is in this particular lot or garage. This information tells you how to park and that you're going to have to scan your parking pass to get in. And then if you go up to the pencil up next to the title of the show, that's going to tell you your entry times. So this one you can enter at 6:30 p.m. and you have to depart before 11:30 p.m. So just make sure if you go Parkwiz's route, you check and see what your parking time is, because not all of the reservations are guaranteed to have the exact same time. Don't want to drive to the venue? You have a few options, and I would encourage you to take one of these. The arena is accessible via the bus, the light rail, and the monorail. The venue actually encourages attendees to use one of these options because it is the fastest and the greenest way to get to the arena. Plus, you do get a free pass that comes with your ticket to the show to use one of these methods. So I encourage you to use it. The light rail service, it offers easy parking at most stations, so you can do a park and ride situation. The monorail is a 90-second ride between downtown Seattle to Seattle Center. And then from the Seattle Center station, it's just a short walk to the arena. So I encourage those who can to take one of these routes. Factor in that it's not only fast, but green, and you get it for free. It's a win-win. I talked about a free transit pass that's going to be available that you can use to get to this venue. I will demonstrate or actually show you how you can find that free transit pass. I'm not going to download the app, but this information is available on Climate Pledge's website. Free transit pass, how to access your free transit pass on event nights. Your free King County public transit pass is available for use 2 hours before doors open and 2 hours after the event. It is available for all publicly ticketed events, including concerts. So the first step would be to download the Kraken app and then follow the directions below. So if you need to pause the video so that you can look at these steps to know how to download your free pass, I would suggest you do so. Of course, you also have rideshare. If you're going to go that route, all rideshare vehicles are going to be prohibited from dropping off riders on First Avenue North. So I'm going to give you the best rideshare drop-off locations. One is Republican and Warren Avenue North, the Mopop Turnaround, Mercer Street, which is the McCall Hall drop-off zone, and then Denny Way, which is the Pacific Science Center drop-off zone. So those are your drop-off zones for going. And then picking up, they mentioned that for the 30 minutes following the event, rideshare vehicles will not be allowed to pick up passengers near the arena. During this window, passengers are encouraged to walk east to pick up at this location, Thomas Street and Taylor Avenue North. They mentioned once that 30-minute window closes, then they'll, resume things back to normal. But I always encourage two things. If you know you're going to do rideshare, book it ahead of time because it saves you coins. I know you can do that with Uber. I'm not sure about Lyft. And then two, when you're leaving out of this venue after the show is over with, I encourage people to walk away from the venue, period. Walk 2, 3, 4 blocks away. A lot of these ride shares are being canceled at these concerts because they can't find us. And so they'll cancel the ride. So to try to avoid that, I like to walk and just get out of the congestion and the traffic of it all. Pick a store, restaurant, gas station, something that's my pickup, and it tends to work a little bit better. And that's basically what they're telling you to do as well. So those are tips for rideshare. Weather. 66 and cloudy during the day, and then 54, mostly cloudy skies overnight. They do mention some of that four-letter word developing late at night. So it seems like you may be in the clear. Seattle, that is your number for you go. Last minute tips for your show. If you are driving, which I encourage you to do, the modes of transportation that are available outside of driving, but if you want to drive, download your parking pass. Make sure you have that ready. That's one of the biggest bottlenecks. Let's help to keep that moving. Same thing for your tickets to the show. Get those downloaded and ready to go. VIP package attendees, make sure you peruse your email, know where you need to be, where you need to be. If you have merch in your package, make sure you make that time point. They used to mail you your merch if you missed your time point. Nowadays, they're not mailing it. You just miss it. So if you want to get the merchandise that's included in your VIP package, make sure you make your time point. Bring your patients along. I'm sure you're going to need it. If you have any questions, any comments, drop them. I do get back to you as quickly as I can. This is the end of the North American leg of the Still Finally Over It tour. Now, I am covering many of the other tours that are happening in 2026. I have the R&B tour. I have the remainder of Bruno Mars. I have the remainder of BTS. I have some of Ye shows that are coming up. I have J. Cole. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. If you're attending any of those shows and you want to be the number before you go, I am your girl. I am covering them. So if you're not following me, feel free to give me a follow, okay? Seattle, your job is to be on time. Don't be late. Show up and show out for our girl Summer for the end of the North American leg of this tour. Y'all be safe and enjoy the show. Bye.